Good morning, everybody. Auronnj here with another Honkai Star Rail video, and today we're going to talk about when it's appropriate to start using leveling materials for your account, and which materials you can feel more or less guilt-free about using it, not worrying about like crippling your account for the long term. Because I know it sounds obvious to say, hey, you should level up your units and level up your gear and level up your light cones, and that'll make you stronger. And yes, that's true, but in gacha games a lot of times you are given at launch some like valuable resources, and you're like, man, I got so much of this, and then you spend them and you never get any more except by buying it in the paid shop, and you're like, I have messed up because I put all my stuff into Dan Heng and I pulled Dan Heng's replacement. So let's talk about what you can spend in this game and when you should spend it. So when should you spend it? If you're playing my account, now is the moment to start thinking about it, because I was playing through and I basically got to Jarilo here. Like, let's go look at the Stair Rail map. You're going to unlock Jarilo 6, and you're going to start getting to this point where you fight things that are really hard. Now, I had moderately invested into my characters up to this point in the game. Like, I leveled my MC, Dan, Asta, March 7th to about 15, and I was able to get here no problem. But now the game's getting hard. I need to power up my team. I should do that after I do my first round of pulling, because if you do it before then, you risk pulling a replacement for somebody you've spent a lot of material on. So I've been hoarding my pulls. I have not pulled that all yet in the game. So my next thing I do when I get home from work is a big pulling session. I'm going to get a 5-star from the guaranteed 5-star random thing. I hope to pull Seele. I'll maybe spend a little money for that. So at that point, I will have a first look at what my roster is going to look like, and I'll start spending some character leveling materials. What do I mean? Well, let's go take a look. So if I go into my party here, what materials can I spend? Let's go to characters. These, you hit level up. These books, right? These little papers, these books, you want your characters to be max level essentially, or at least you want the characters you're going to be running with all the time to be max level. So after you've done your first round of pulls, and you know, like, hey, this is my DPS for this unit, for element, this is my DPS for that element, those characters feel safe to start putting your leveling materials into. Main character feels really safe. If you're going to use March 7th all the time like I am, that feels safe. And then these are farmable, right? Like, I did a lot of runs on my, let's go back to the world map here for a second, because that's where you can see your stamina. I did a lot of runs in the gear farming to spend some of my stamina right when I got there. It's already fully refreshed. So don't feel bad about spending some of this stamina, farming out some of that character leveling material on old Jarilo 4. Let's hop over there. I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about right here. You go to the outlying snow plains. Let's warp in right here. And this is where you first find your first calyx, right? So let's run over there. Run, 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 run. This is where you can farm those character leveling materials. So once you've done your first round of pulls, feel free, start investing in the characters you know you're going to use. This is a material that is not locked behind like paid walls or anything. You are free to do this. Keep your characters at max level or as close to max level as you can. And then, like I was saying right here, these guys are level 16. You could jump up here, do 6 at a time, spend your stamina. It's really easy. My character's at level 13 and 14 without leveled up light cones or any special gear. We're running this over on auto. So easy to farm. That's number one thing you shouldn't feel bad about spending. Now, let's talk about light cones a little bit, because this is also something that I'm about to need to do. After you do your first set of warps, again, I haven't done mine yet, you're going to get a whole bunch of characters, but you're also going to get a bunch more light cones. At that point, go ahead, start leveling up your 3 and 4-star light cones. Sure, you might not have any 5-star light cones yet, and you might be like, but Auronnj, look, I know, like, main character's rocking this light cone right now, but I mean, do I really want to level it? What if I pull a 5-star later? Look, don't worry about it. Don't worry about that. You can use dupes. You could don't worry about that. Later on in the game, you can actually use your leveled up 3-star light cones to level up a 4 or a 5-star light cone without losing all of the experience that you put into it. I believe Genshin Impact had a very similar system to this with weapons, so to me, it feels very safe to be able to go out here and level up your light cones, and you're gonna need to. The game starts getting, I don't want to say hard, but the game starts getting hard if you haven't been leveling anything yet. So make sure you're coming out here, hit these calyxes, get some leveling material, level up your light cones as well, and that is the first spot that you should be able to feel safe spending some leveling material. So if you're like me and you're approaching this part in the game, that's the mindset I'm taking. Do my first round of summons, see what light cones, characters I have, and then start spending character leveling experience and light cone leveling experience, and feeling pretty safe about that. Again, not feeling like I've thrown away materials that I'm going to be, bottlenecked for the rest of the game. Now, before I go, I want to talk to you about my favorite open world attack animation so far, and that's definitely Asta. Like, she just has this giant laser and just fires it. Like, I liked how the other ones would jump with their sword and hit something. I really enjoy the fire, like just laser and stuff. So that's my favorite one of those so far. That's my quick video. I gotta go to work, so I wanted to release this tip before I went, in case you hit this while I was at work, and maybe, you want, I don't know. Anyway, have a great day, everybody. I'll catch you next time. Peace.